welcome to the show that makes you smile other than Barney. This is the Sports Box, where the only opinion that matters. Why do you... I said Barney. It's right here. I am Mike Aletta, a.k.a. Have to Mike, along with my partner Brian, the Ranger at Tart. Brian, how are you?
Where do you get all these things to throw?
I don't know.
Where do you keep finding these things?
The gallery just keeps throwing. Wait till I start throwing traffic lights and stuff.
I'm good. I'm good.
That's good, because you know why? Because if you ever get bored, and I know you never get bored, but there's always a way to get a hold of the Sports Box.
Those of you in the Northeast, if you're sick of shoveling your driveways through this little snowstorm we have, just
coming out of the cold.
Get in your Keurig, nice little cup of hot cocoa, and put it on the Sports Box. And of course, you can find us on Twitter at Sports Box Show, at YouTube at Facebook at Sports Box Show, and YouTube, of course. Thank you so much to all of our subscribers. The numbers just keep going through the roof. Biggest week ever on the Sports Box, getting ready for the NFL playoffs. We're going to thank you. Make sure that you're subscribed, and subscribe now. The button should be at the top right there, so that all of our content is given to you fresh and hot off the press like it's meant to be.
I'll tell you what, I might start a bonfire in here. I could probably hang some meat in here soon. It's getting a little chilly.
It is cold.
Anyway,
you know where else is cold?
What's that?
In New England.
Yeah, it's true. We're going to talk about that in a second. But remember our advertiser, because he's a hell of a guy.
Absolutely.
DJ Cruz, a.k.a. Anthony Cruz, for all your DJ and party needs. Give him a call, for crying out loud, and get a price from him. 609-513-6395. Today we talk about the AFC Divisional game. That's right, folks. We're talking New England home against those Houston Texans. Last week, Houston, against the Raiders, and I'm going to say, we talked about this before the thing, but I think if Oakland may have put McGloin in instead of letting Connor Cook die out there, may have been a little bit different outcome. I don't think the Raiders would have won, but I think they would have played a little bit better. But in any sense, the Texans really showed me something. Their defense, stifling, Brian, stifling.
Stifling, yes, but, I mean, it's all relative.
It was third string
because they held Connor Cook to 161 yards passing, 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions.
Yep.
That's not going to be what Tom Brady's going to do.
Whole different avenue.
Yeah,
yep.
So you look back at this series, Bill O'Brien, the head coach of the Houston Texans, who I think is extremely underrated. Bill O'Brien has gone and played the New England Patriots twice as the head coach of the Houston Texans. They've lost those 2 games by a combined score of 54-6, including earlier this season when the Texans went into Foxborough. I believe they were 2-0 at the time.
2-0.
And they went against household name and future Hall of Famer Jacoby Brissett at quarterback and lost the game 27-0. Couldn't get anything on the board. Mike, the Patriots are not the Oakland Raiders, especially not the Oakland Raiders without Derek Carr. And you got to feel for Raider fans the way that ended up for them. But again, this is a whole different animal in New England, where it is very cold.
And the scary thing about New England is he gets it done every year with different guys and spreads the ball around very effectively. And you look at the stats, obviously Julian Edelman, one of his better receivers to throw to, 11.06. But then you look at Martellus Bennett, who's played sparingly, played a little more maybe with Gronkowski out, but 701 yards, 7 touchdowns. Chris Hogan, that's right, ex-Buffalo Bill Chris Hogan, 680 yards, 4 touchdowns. James White, 551 yards, 5 touchdowns. Bottom line is New England gets it done with the people that they have, no matter who it is. Me and Brian could about be playing tight end and slot receiver, maybe catch a couple balls. But, well, I probably could.
You could be the kicker.
I could be the kicker.
Realistically.
Yeah, there it is. Anyway, but this New England team, they throw a lot at you. The home field advantage up there is going to be unbelievable up there. And you look at the other side, you look at Houston with Brock Osweiler. I mean, are they happy to have Brock Osweiler in there? I don't know. They kind of made the move to Tom Savage, and he got hurt. And then you went back to Osweiler. Now, are you gung-ho and that much confidence behind this guy when you were down with him all year? I don't know about that. You do have Lamar Miller back there, running back with 1073 in yardage, 5 touchdowns. Alfred Blue, a little mix-up back, 420. But DeAndre Hopkins is struggling. I mean, he's not getting the ball. You got to involve him in the offense. But yeah, I mean, you look at the tail of the tape, Brian. Like you said, the New England Patriots are far better. I think a better team offensively than the Houston Texans.
If you're a Texans fan, the couple things that you can kind of hang your hat on right now going into this game, if there is anything, Hopkins had a decent game against Oakland. Hopkins had 5 for 67 and a touchdown. Osweiler was over 50% completion percentage, but again, the problem that you're going to run into in a game like this is, Lamar Miller had 31 carries in the game against Oakland. That's probably because Houston had the lead the whole game and they were just trying to get that clock killed. I don't think that Lamar Miller's going to have anywhere close to as many carries, and if he does, that bodes poorly. To me, it's a game where New England's going to be able to score, and I know that Houston's defense is ranked so high. I'm taking nothing away from Houston's defense. This is Tom Brady and the New England Patriots in Foxborough in the playoffs. This is a whole different animal. So you're going to have to rely on Brock Osweiler to kind of keep pace offensively, and I just don't know that he can do that. I don't think he's done it all year. I don't expect him to start doing it now. But again, Hopkins had a nice game against Oakland. Osweiler wasn't terrible, and Lamar Miller had a great game. But I think the flow of the game is going to really bring down Lamar Miller's carries and bring up how many throws Brock makes, and that's not a good formula for success for the Texans.
You look at Tom Brady, and I know he's probably the best quarterback we've seen in our generation, in this generation. But all you have to look at is, or all you have to hear is, 291 completions, 432 attempts, 3,554 yards, and 28 touchdowns. Folks, he's done that in 4 less games. 4 less games. He was suspended at the beginning of the year, and he's done that in 4 less games. This guy should be the MVP of the league. I don't think Houston, I don't want to say has a chance, because I always think a team has a chance. I think if anybody could slow the Patriots down a little bit, it might be Houston this week, but I think it still doesn't matter. I think New England comes out of this with the win. They are home. I think it's a tight game. You're not stopping Tom Brady. You're just not. He's got too many weapons. He finds too many ways to get the ball around. And, you know, even the running attack, they do have a running attack. So if you somehow slow that receivers down, which I don't know you can, you still have Edelman back there, or not Edelman, Amendola back there. He's another receiver that they have. You're just not stopping the Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to use it.
I don't think it's that tight. I really don't. And I understand, you know, the old adage is defense wins championships, and I know Houston has a fantastic defense. I look at this game, I think it's another bye week for New England. I don't see any which way Houston can go into Foxborough and even stay competitive when you went in there at week 3 with a full healthy team against the third-string quarterback and put up 0.
I shouldn't say tight. I apologize. I meant low-scoring game in the way of total score.
Okay.
I don't see it being a very close game in the way of 10-7.
Okay.
I think the final score would probably be like 28-7.
Right.
But because, you know, offense to Houston, it's going to be a reality check this week. They moved the ball a little bit on Oakland last week, but they had their advantage. But they're not moving the ball that quick in New England against this New England team. I'm taking the Patriots, obviously.
The Pats in Foxborough in the playoffs again. You know, the road to the Super Bowl. I think this might be one of the easiest roads New England has had in every one of their trips. I think they're going to get there. Give me New England. I don't think it's going to be close. If you have to give me a score, wow, 35-10. I don't see anything here that even makes me think that. And that's probably a rushing touchdown. I don't think Houston can stay competitive. I think it was a gift that they got as far as they did. Unfortunately for them, New England's going to host the AFC Championship game.
We both agree. This should be another great weekend of football.
Of the games that you're going to see in the divisional round, I think this is the one that is the easiest to pick. Yeah. I think the other 3 matchups are a little more difficult. This one, I think, is just a cakewalk for New England.
Yeah, frankly. Absolutely. So that's all the time we have for the AFC Divisional round. Houston at New England. Keep an eye out. We always have some good stuff coming.
Absolutely. We're all over social media. Make sure you're following us on Twitter at SportsBox Show. You can like us on Facebook at SportsBox Show, and of course the YouTube channel, which again we can't thank you guys enough for your support. Make sure you're subscribing so that when we have these previews for the next round and the Super Bowl, you know where it's coming right to you. And of course, we'll be talking a lot more sports over the summertime, so keep an eye on as well.
You gotta subscribe. You haven't subscribed by now. I mean, you live in a cave or something. But anyway. Make sure you check out our advertiser. Give him a buzz. Great guy. DJ Cruz, Anthony Cruz, for all your party needs. 609-513-6395. And remember, folks, as always, at the Sports Box, the only opinion that matters is absolutely right here. Thanks for watching. See you.
Don't forget to subscribe.